Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the class. In the previous class, we have started our discussion regarding the political theory, how we put political theory into practice. And in this regard, we have discussed various aspects, various meanings of equality. And these various meanings are arising because why these various meanings were arising? Because the situations were different. And according to situations, the meaning of the equality also changes. What we observed that at some time when we feel that we all are equal and we all are deserving the equal treatment. In that situation, we want that equal opportunity should be there for all. There should not be any kind of discrimination. And this was the situation in which we have decided that this is the meaning of equality was when we are waiting for our turn in a shop or at a doctor's place and we are in a queue. So in that case, we want that everyone should be given equal opportunity. Then there was another situation, and in this situation, we saw that at many places we see that there is a different counter for old age people and disabled people. And this type of system does not create any kind of dissatisfaction in us because we know, we understand that cannot equate the older people with the younger people, and there is difference between the capabilities of a disabled person and a fully able person. So, in that situation, we accept that those who are old and disabled, they must be given some special treatment. And because of that, their separate counter is there, and we don't have any dissatisfaction against this separate counter. So, in this situation, equality for us is special treatment. Then we have also discussed the third situation. In this the third situation, we saw that there are so many poor people in our country who are not able to fulfill the basic needs of their life. And for those people, we feel that there must be some kind of fairness, and this is a new meaning of equality for us because we want that basic needs of everyone should be fulfilled. So in this way, we saw that equality means different things in different situations. So this is political theory about which we were talking. This is how the same concept has different meaning in different situations. So that is why we do not come to a single definition of any value or concept. It's a very subjective matter. It's not objective. There is lack of objectivity in values and ideals. We cannot define equality in the same way as we define a triangle or a quadrilateral in mathematics. So we have discussed up to this, and now we will proceed further. Political theorists clarify the meaning of political concepts by looking at how they are understood and used. in ordinary language. They also debate and examine the diverse views and opinions in a systematic manner. So, one value is there, one concept is there, but its meaning is seen in various different situations, and accordingly, it has so many diverse definitions. When is equality of opportunity enough? What is the circumstance? What is the limit when we want to more than equality of opportunity? What is the situation in which equality of opportunity will not work? When do people need special treatment? What is the situation when we think that there must be some kind of special treatment to the people? How far and how long should such a special treatment be given? How far and how long this type of special treatment should be given in order to bring equality? Should poor children be given midday meals to encourage them to stay in schools? So, this is another question which can be analyzed by the political theorist, that should we give the poor children midday meal in order to make sure their attendance. These are some questions which they address. As you can see, these issues are eminently practical. They provide guidelines for framing public policies on education and employment. So, this is the practical use of political theory. In general, what we consider that political theory is something uh, which is there only in the books. No, political theory is not something which remains in the book. It is actually execution. We are seeing the practical situations, and in practical situations, what should be done in order to maintain equality. And in this way, these questions which we have discussed just now help the government to formulate policies regarding the education, regarding employment. So government does government formulate policies keeping in view all these questions which are analyzed by political theorists. As in the case of equality, so also in the case of other concepts, just like equality, we have seen that in different situations, equality is different thing. So the same condition is there with other concepts also. Other concepts like freedom, right, justice, they all have different meaning in different situations. Political theorists engage with everyday opinions, debate possible meanings, and pass out policy options. So this is the concept of political theories, that they engage with everyday opinions. What is the opinions of the people regarding all these things? They debate possible meanings. What should be the what is the possible meaning of different concepts, and then they also pass out policy options. Freedom, citizenship, rights, development, justice, equality, nationalism, secularism are some of the concepts that we will discuss in the following chapter. I told you that we have these different these concepts which are I just told you. All these concepts are there in your book as a separate chapter. So this is how we put political theory in practice. Now, another question. The question is, why should we study political theory? why should we study political theory? This is, we can say, the importance. What is the importance of political theory? What is the need of studying political theory? It means that under this segment, we are going to study the importance of political theory. Okay, we may have political ideas, but do we need to study political theory? Is it not more suitable for a politician to practice politics? The question is that why do the students, need to study political theory? We, uh, we do not need to study political theory. It should be read only by the politicians because they are concerned with all these policy making and the law making process. So they should know political theory. What is the need of study political theory for the students? Other than politician, there is need to study political theory by the bureaucrats, by the policy makers. They should study political theory. There is no need to study uh, political theory by the students. So, for those who teach political theory, they should study political theory. For lawyers and judges who interpret the constitution and laws, or for activists and journalists who expose exploitation and demand new rights. So, what do we? We means the students gain by knowing the meaning of freedom or equality. So, the question is ki, why the students should study political theory? There is, in fact, very much need to study political theory by the students. We will discuss this now. First of all, political theory is relevant for all the above target groups. As high school students, we may choose one of the above professions in the future. We have, when we were I was discussing, I told that there is no need to study political theory by the students, but there is need to study political theory by the politicians, by the bureaucrats, by the lawyers, by the judges, and by the activists and journalists. They all need to study political theory because their nature of work is such that they must have the knowledge of political theory. Then only they will be able to do their work in proper and efficient manner, isn't it? So you are a student, first of all, and you are studying for uh, pursuing some or the other career. So if you may pursue the career of a bureaucrat, you may pursue the career of a lawyer or a judge or an activist or a journalist. So, if you want to be these, if you want to adopt these professions, then you need to study political theory. Without the study of political theory, there will be problem in pursuing these careers. So, what is the need of studying political theory for the students? The first need is that the career choice. If you are choosing these careers, then you will be in need of studying political theory. So, what are the careers? The careers are bureaucrat, you can also become a politician, then also you will need to study political theory. These are the career options for which we need to study political theory. Do we not learn mathematics, although not all of us will become mathematician or engineer? Is it not because basic mathematics is useful to life in general? So, if we compare this political theory with mathematics, why are we asking this question? That why do we need to study political theory? Because we study mathematics also, but we are not going to become mathematician or engineer. All of us are not going to become mathematician or engineer, but still we study mathematics because we think, and it is important also that we must have the basic knowledge of mathematics in order to lead our life in a proper manner. So in the similar way, we also need to study the basic ideas, the basics of political theory in order to lead a better life. Now, the second importance of a political theory. We are all going to be citizens and are being entitled to vote and decide other issues. So, at present, you may be below the age of 18, but in a very near future, you are going to attain the age of 18, and then you will become an eligible voter, and you have to exercise your right to vote during the elections of MPs and MLAs. So, you are going to participate in the functioning of the government, and you will not be able to exercise your vote in an efficient manner if you are not you are not having any idea of political theory. So, to act responsibly, it is helpful to have a basic knowledge of the political ideas and institutions that shape the world we live in. So, if you will not be able to use your right to vote responsibly in a responsible manner, if you are not knowing the political institutions, if you are not knowing the political ideas, because all these ideas and institutions, they are shaping the whole world. So we must have knowledge of our political institutions. We must have knowledge of different political ideas if we really want to be a responsible citizen. In the information society, it is crucial that we learn to be reasonable and informed. If we are to participate in Gram Sabha or offer our views on website and calls, so nowadays the society has become information society. There are so many informations in the society, and we are also a part of this society. So, what is the need? It is very much important for us to be reasonable and to be informed. If we are not informed, then we are not going to do our work, political work, like participating in the Ram Sabha, because nowadays, after the 73rd and 74th Amendment, local bodies have become so strong, and now the, the common people are expected to participate in the local government, and they are participating also. So this participation will not be responsible and in a proper and efficient manner if we are not having any knowledge of political theory. If we simply express arbitrary preferences, it will not be very effective. We can't do anything on the basis of arbitrary. We need to be informed, we need to be we need to have knowledge of the political ideas and concepts in order to put our views in an efficient manner. But if we are thoughtful and mature, we can mature, we can use the new media to discuss and express our common interests. So and nowadays, so much social media is very much has become very much important. And this social media, we can use this social media in order to form the public opinion. We can use this social media in order to promote common good. And we can do all these things. Yes, we have the medium, all these various forms of social media. They are providing us the medium through which we can uh, do so many things. We can express our views. We can mobilize we can make a group of like-minded people, and in this way we can form the public opinion. We can promote the common interest. But in order to do all these things, what is the requirement? We must have knowledge of political theory. We must have knowledge of political institutions, of political ideas. Then only we will be able to use this social media, to use these various forms of social media in such a manner that uh, it will promote common good, and it will start to forming a public opinion. So, inform, it is very much important to be informed in order to spread this knowledge. First of all, we must have knowledge. Then only we can expect from ourselves to spread this knowledge to the whole society. We can make people aware of the injustice or the inequality which is going on in the society. And in this way, we can arouse public awareness. But first of all, we should be aware. We should know the situations. We should know the loopholes of the policies of the government. We should know the lacuna of the various laws and acts and decisions of the government. Where is government is at fault? What is lacking by the government? So when we knowing all these things, then only we can spread our knowledge to other people, and in this way we can mobilize the people, we can organize the people, we can save the public opinion, we can promote the common. Okay, so second is this, and now we will see, as citizens, we are a bit like the audience in a music concert. We are not the main performers interpreting the song and melody. So what we find that we are citizens of the film. We are not supposed to formulate the policies. We are not supposed to make the laws. We are not supposed to directly participate in the decision making process. But we are there only to, just like performance of music is going on. We are not performing the program. We are just in the audience. We are sitting there and we are listening to the music. We are not performing the various. We are not at this stage, on this stage. We are just audience. So citizens play the same role as the role played by the audience. Okay? We are not taking direct participation in the decision making. We are simply uh, watching, observing everything what is done by the government. So we are not the main performers interpreting the song and melody, but we set the agenda, appreciate the outcome, and put in new requests. So just suppose the condition you are sitting as an audience, and some music performance is going on, but you don't have any kind of knowledge of, you are complete cipher in the field of music, then you will not be able to appreciate any music performance because you are not knowing the basic of the music. But if you are not, if you are knowing the basics of the music, then you will be able to analyze the performance. You can say the performance was good or bad. And if you feel that the performance was good, you will clap. You will demand that it should be repeated. Okay, you can put in new request that this kind of song can also be sung. We want to hear that song. So we will participate. We are participating as an audience also when we are appreciating the act, when we are appreciating the music performance, when we are clapping, when we are making a request for another song. This is participation. We are not mere audience. We are actually participating. So, in the similar way, when it comes to politics, what happens? Have you noticed that musicians perform better when they know the audience is knowledgeable and accessible? So, when the musician comes to know that the audience which are sitting in front of him or her is very knowledgeable, they have a good knowledge of music, then they want to perform better because they want to satisfy the people. They want to satisfy the audience. And because of the knowledge of the audience, it is giving a kind of, you can't say pressure, but now the musician wants to perform better. So the same thing is happening with the politics also. So also an educated and vigilant citizen make those who play politics more public spirited. So in a similar way, in politics, we are not the we are not participating directly in the decision process, but we must have the knowledge of politics. We must have the basic idea of politics. Then only we can analyze the activities of the government. We can analyze different laws which are made by the government. We can analyze different decisions which are taken by the government, and we can appreciate the government. If the act is really good for people, then we can appreciate the performance of the government, and we can also criticize the government in a healthy manner if we are knowledgeable, if we have the basic idea of political system and political institutions and political ideals. And when the government is knowing that the people are not, the people are knowledgeable, people are knowing so many things, and in this way, what happens is that the government starts, performing better because it knows that its citizens, its people are analyzing the activities of the government. So it leads to the better performance by the government. So today we have discussed this much, and now the another thing. Now we are in the last segment only. Another thing will be discussed in the next.